Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Autopsies on the 15 victims of the recent boat collision off Chios show all died from severe head injuries during the impact between the two vessels and not from drowning. These findings come from forensic examinations carried out under a Justice Ministry crisis protocol. A team of 4 forensic pathologists and 3 technicians conducted the exams on the island. Authorities also collected DNA samples to help identify the victims. The bodies have been transferred to a cemetery facility near Athens, where they will remain until they are returned to relatives. The collision involved a migrant smuggling speedboat and a Greek Coast Guard vessel. A formal administrative inquiry is now examining how the crash unfolded. A key question is what vessel struck first, as authorities review 2 different accounts. The Coast Guard says the smuggler's boat ignored signals to stop, struck the patrol vessel, then capsized and sank. However, 2 public figures reported that some injured migrants said a vessel appeared in the dark, used the spotlight and passed over them. Search operations continue. A helicopter with thermal cameras is scanning the area, and additional aircraft and naval vessels remain on standby as authorities work to locate any missing persons. Greek authorities have arrested a high-ranking Hellenic Air Force officer on espionage charges. According to an official statement from the Hellenic National Defense General Staff, the arrest took place early yesterday morning on military premises. Authorities acted in coordination with other state services and in the presence of a prosecutor. The case concerns the collection and transmission of classified military information to third parties with a risk of national interests. Media reports in Athens identified the suspect as a 50-year-old colonel. The same reports claim he confessed to providing sensitive information related to NATO and to spying for China. Reports say the officer took command of a unit in Kavouri last July. He had reportedly been under surveillance for months after a tip-off from a foreign intelligence service. Authorities have identified the source of the propane leak that caused the deadly explosion at the Violanda factory in Trikala, which killed 5 female workers. Investigators traced the leak to a cracked pipe joint connecting above-ground propane tanks to the factory's underground area. The escaped gas accumulated in the basement and was ignited, possibly by an automatic water pump. Experts noted multiple safety failures, including the lack of a pressure gauge, gas detection systems, and proper pipe installation. Poor maintenance, insufficient inspections, and heavy vehicles from nearby asphalting works likely contributed to the damage. Fire service investigators excavated the pipeline to confirm the leak and documented the site with high-resolution cameras. Prosecutors and court-appointed experts were present during the inspection. Authorities have also carried out raids at the factory, the owner's residence, company offices, and the home of the factory's safety technician, seizing computers, electronic devices, and business records. All material will be analyzed as part of a broad criminal investigation into safety failures and accountability. Police in Greece have arrested a 56-year-old yoga instructor on suspicion of placing incendiary devices on the cars of acquaintances who had refused to lend her money. Authorities say 3 attacks took place within 12 days. Investigators allege the woman targeted friends, relatives, and neighbors, acting out of revenge after financial requests were denied. The most recent incident occurred on January 29th when a neighbor's car was targeted after the neighbor declined to lend money and offer accommodation. In an earlier attack in Nea Erythrea, an explosion seriously injured a car owner who suffered burns and was taken to hospital. Police found remains of a device made from a small gas canister, gasoline, and cloth. Video showed the owner attempting to extinguish the fire. Police say the suspect had knowledge of making such devices for at least a decade, dating to an earlier case involving her father's car. Authorities ordered pretrial detention and psychiatric hospitalization after her arrest on the 31st. Her lawyer says she denies all charges and has a history of mental illness and prior hospitalizations. Greece's women's water polo team won the bronze medal at the European Championship in Madeira, Portugal, after defeating Italy 15-8 yesterday evening. The Greek side secured 3rd place in the tournament with the win. The team is coached by Haris Pavlidis and entered the 3rd place match as a favorite. The result adds to a record of podium finishes for Greece in women's water polo over the past 2 decades. At the Olympic Games, the team won silver in 2024. At world level, they claimed gold at the World Cup in 2005 and 2025, and gold at the World Aquatic Championships in 2011 and 2025. It also earned multiple World Cup and world level medals in other years. At European Championships, Greece has collected medals in 2010, 2012, 2018, 2022, 2024, and now 2026. The win comes a week after the men's water polo team also secured bronze, their first medal at the European Championships, also defeating Italy in the 3rd place match. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.